Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, grow hard out.
Alright guys, so here I am getting ready to do some work in my garden. I want to make some brick steps today and work on another wattle bed. First I had some hosta here at the top of this little hill that was kind of planted out more into the yard. So I'm digging that hosta up, which was harder than you might think. That stuff is hard to dig up and split. And I put some in another part of my garden, and I'm pulling some here to take to my mom because she wants to add this hosta to her garden. So first I had to move some hosta, and next we'll get ready for the next part. I got these square bricks. Some I got from a neighbor, and the rest I just recently got from a friend, Miss Linda. And they just had them left over from other yard projects they had. And so you can see there I'm kind of putting that one into the spot where I dug the hosta out of to be the top of my steps. When you make steps, you're actually supposed to start from the bottom up. But since I just had that perfect spot with the hosta empty, I had to put it there. And then I got this little cherub from Miss Linda as well, and I add him in there right at next to the top of the step. And here I am with the shovel trying to level it out some. Alright, so I got one step at the top. You're supposed to start your steps at the bottom, but I was digging that hosta out of there and the spot was just prime for it. So I started there, and I put my little fruity cherub there at the top too. So it's gonna look cute. Hopefully I'm gonna go start those steps down there after I get that tree cut down, hopefully. So from the tree up, we'll do some little stepping stones just like this guy. So here is my Uncle Mike. He's the best. He loves doing yard work. He came and he cut that tree down for me, and he cut some extra limbs off that other beech tree, which I didn't want to take down. It's too big. Just so I would have less shade on my garden area that I've created. And that tree being down opened it up so much. It's crazy. It was a small tree, but it opened up that area a lot. So here I am going to work on adding in some more of those bricks. They were heavy. Carrying them down this hill was a little tricky. I don't do a lot of leveling here. Here I am fussing at Bogey because he likes to go in the garden when he's out there with me, and I have to yell at him. But anyway, so I kind of just shovel and try and level it out with a shovel and make it maybe a little bit deeper at the back, towards the back of the hole, so that it slides in there. And I didn't use any gravel or anything. These will probably get washed out and get unlevel, and I'll have to redo them. But right now, I just want it to look pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. Using what I got. Pulling that English ivy back. And I like that I got this kind of flat fronted shovel because it helps with this kind of project here. So just trying to dig out little niches basically. And these almost aren't even like steps. They're like brick platforms going up this hill. So yeah, I just continue on stepping up. I kind of use my stride to pick where I was going to put the next step. There you see me testing them out. Here we go, stepping up all the steps to the top. Love it. Give me a comment if you think I should mulch around them. Now I'm working on my new Waddle, which is kind of right next to the steps here. Those are some cedar branches I saved that I'm doing for the four corners because they will last longer than any other branch that I use. The ivy is my nemesis. They actually went in pretty good here. There wasn't as many roots or rocks as I was expecting, so pretty good for my four corners of my Waddle here. The ones uphill can go in deeper because they don't need to weave as high of a side for those because they're uphill. The downhill ones I'll have to weave. They need to be taller. And now I go and I get, these are a lot of the branches that we cut off of that beech tree that my Uncle Mike helped me cut down. I got like the straightest, thickest ones I could get and cutting them all down here so I can use them as the other posts for the Waddle. That was too tall. Yeah, these are a little bit trickier to get in, but they all work. So I put maybe 4 across the bottom, and I put 4 to 6 or 8 along the sides there. And I will trim some of these once I'm all done, because that one that you just saw me put in is really tall. It definitely does not need to be that tall. Here I am again, moving that ivy out of the way. But that's why I like doing this Waddle, is if I just move the ivy, stuff is going to grow. But the Waddle, I can put the weed block down and all the dirt, and the plants will grow in that on top of this undergrowth, which is very established and hard to get rid of. I've been fighting it on this hillside. So now I'm going to get some of those other little bit smaller branches and do the weave of the Waddle with them. Just back and forth, inside, outside, weaving them in. And since these beech tree branches are green, they actually bent pretty well without breaking. I was impressed. I wish I had some like willow, or I think a lot of people weave with like witch hazel branches. They actually are the best to do this project with. They look way neater and more uniform. The branches are more like whip-like, I guess. But I'm using what I got. So, and I have a bunch of these little beech branches, and they work. They definitely do. It looks good. I kept like pinching my thumb of the glove in between some of these branches as I was weaving them in here, and I wound up ripping these gloves. They're just Dollar Tree like gloves, but I never realized how important it was to protect your hands when you're doing projects like this, because they would have been tore up if I didn't have these gloves on. My arms were a bit scratched, actually. I'm curious about those two hostas you see, because I kind of put this right next to them, so they're going to be pushed out into my pathway a little, but I think it'll work. And if they get too big and bushy, I'll just move them next time. Move them to a different spot in my yard. And then at the top there, like on the left, you'll see that's some of my elderberry seedlings coming back. I wonder if they'll produce any flowers or berries for me this year. They're still pretty tiny, so we'll see. That'll be exciting to watch. This weaving is tough, but all these branches were tough enough to take it. I'm glad. Using green branches definitely helps when you're making this waddle style. I don't think it's good for a basket because I think they loosen up as they dry. I think that's where I just busted my glove. See how I weave it and I have tuck it in. I'm doing that backside more because it's downhill. So to make the soil in the bed more level, it definitely needs to be higher on the downhill end. So I definitely focus doing more of the weave there. And there it is. I don't think I'm completely done here. I think I add a little bit more, yeah, as you'll see. But that's what it looks like when you stand back from it. And there's the doggos. Bogey actually chilled out.
You ready to go in, Bird?
And here I am done for this day. I was asking Bernie if she was ready to go in with me. Tired. And here is the next morning. It's a little glowy green out. Not as bright. But I went, you see me down in the corner there, that's where I dumped the rest of the beech tree branches that Uncle Mike and I had cut, and so I wanted to add a little bit more to the waddle before adding in my dirt. And I had some other things around it that needs to get trimmed. Like I think this actually might be, I don't know what that is I'm trimming back. It's either a very young tulip poplar that keeps growing back or something else. Here I am getting my mulch from the dump. It's free. You just go with your own shovel and containers and scoop it up. I filled up. I got some mulch and some compost. Look at it smoking. Compost. This stuff looks rich. So then I'm here back at home and I'm going to put down just some weed block on the bottom of this. And I also put some twigs in there just to beef up that bottom layer where it's very low. So just filling in the bed a little. There's a stump in there too, actually. You can see my hand resting on it. So that's going to poke out a little, but I don't mind. I like the stumps to stay there because this hillside, I don't want it to erode completely away. So I've kind of just been working around the stumps because their roots are still there holding soil. So, and then I have some of the hay or straw mulch that I'm going to add on top. And then I'm going to put more dirt on top of that. I'm going to get my dirt here. Oh, this, the dirt was actually behind this. This is a bag of mulch. So I brought the mulch down first, and I'm going to just put this around where the elderberry bush trees are, in front of that waddle. It's going to look, actually, make the garden look really nice right there. Because I already had the straw mulch down, so I just threw this on top. It'll help retain moisture and look good. By the way, I got these gloves that I'm wearing right here from Aldi. I love them. They're adorable. They match my sleeves that I have that my mom got me. And they let me like swipe on my phone. They have like little tips that work like your fingertips, so that's cool. Here I am with the dirt. So I'm just going to be filling in that wattle bed. It's tough on the hill. I have a wagon. I have a wheelbarrow. Today I just used the wagon because that was what was up there. And this is the dump from the dirt from the dump. And I'll probably add some of the mushroom compost I still have in a pot on top of this too. But this is good for when you need to fill a big bed. I did have a couple holes in the wattle on that back side that dirt was spilling out of. So when I go down here to dump out some more not compost, mulch that I had. I want to mulch down there as well. I grabbed a little extra straw and I put that in the hole of the bed to help keep the dirt from sliding out. And here I was trying to cut some of those posts that were longer than I need, which I'm going to have to get my little chainsaw gator tool for because that one is way too thick for me to cut with my lobbers here. Thanks for watching, y'all. I hope you loved it today. Please subscribe.